Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Zelkenon and bringing back another Smite super builds. And today's build, as requested, a Mercury build. Because on my old one, it was really outdated, and so figured I'd go ahead and do another one. With these brand new items, not really, but brand new names, and some items got taken away and whatnot, or nerfed. So with all these item changes, it will take some time to redo all my old builds. So just kind of bear with me with that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go on with the items. Alright, Mercury. So, actives. Of course, as always, it varies depending on your game mode and who you're fighting against. He has no CC immune skills, so you may want to buy beads. And if you're jungling, you definitely want to buy Hand of Gods, and you can branch off to Fist of Gods if you want. I find Greater Sprint pretty interesting for Mercury. So you get bonus attack if you don't know with this passive and whatnot, but you gain bonus attack power, or physical power, sorry, when you have more movement speed, items, and abilities. This also includes sprint. So watch my power. I have 236 physical power. I'll go ahead hit sprint, and that boosts me up to 269. So that's just a little tip there if you're looking for a little bit extra power, and you can also use sprint, initiate or get away. So this is kind of up to you. With this being said, there are some alternative items to this build, which I'll get into later. So items, like I was saying, warrior Tabi. It's up to you if you want to combo the traditional assassin way and get Ninja Tabi and Jotunn's Wrath. But since I don't know, I kind of feel like just 25% is enough for him. Since his 1 has a very short cooldown as it is. His 2, it's only the really the cooldown that I really care for is because that's a massive attack speed bonus, and the rest is fine. So if you want to get Ninja, that's fine with you, but you're gonna be missing 15 penetration. But you can switch if you want Ninja and Jotunn's Wrath. You probably want to get like Titan's Bane on one of the other items. So it's kind of up to you. So we got Warrior, we got Jotunn's Wrath for more penetration and the CDR and a pretty nice power. And Bloodforge. Bloodforge is pretty much the main item I'm going to be using for my assassins and probably hunters as well, is because it has really high power and lifesteal. And both assassins and hunters, they have pretty good attack speed, so it's fairly easy to get that passive stacks really high, capping out at 5, giving you, more power and more lifesteal. So really great item. If you want, if this is too expensive for your scenario, you could probably go ahead and buy Soul Eater. It's under the same category, so you go to lifesteal. It should be X Goblin and Soul Eater. Only thing that the Soul Eater doesn't have is power, except the Aura. The Aura does apply to you, as at least when I last played using Aura item. So you will get 10 power, but it's not too much compared to Bloodforge. So moving on. Next we have Shen Sais. The lifesteal has been taken away from this, but it's still a fairly nice and common item with the power and attack speed. And since we have a lot of attack speed as Mercury, it makes his passive pretty deadly. So it's a lot of extra DPS for you. But if you don't want this item, there's some alternatives. Going back to his passive, you have more movement speed. It gives you more power and whatnot. So this being said, you could probably. I kind of wonder if they updated this. How much? So that being said, you can use Golden Dagger. The only problem I have with this is it's kind of low crit hit rate. But more so, it's only 5% movement speed, but that will give you more power. So it's up to you. It can help you jungling with the passive. So when you're punching the big mob in the middle or whatnot, it kind of branches that damage off to those ones off the side. But of course only by 50%. So this is an option. You can buy Haste of Mentalis. This way you can keep up when basic attacking an enemy. But I feel like this isn't really too necessary for him. Mainly because, I don't know, at least me, I like to initiate and capture my opponents with my 3. So, if you know how it works, you charge him, you pick him up, you swirl him around doing damage per second, and then you fling him out. But on that time frame, like after you flick him out, you get a few chances to throw a lot of punches at him. Since we have a lot of attack speed, so I feel like if you pop your 2 and then you combo with your 3 and then punch, you should be fine. he shouldn't be really getting away from you from that point on. So make sure to utilize that 2 and 3 combo. And of course, your 1 pokes by quite a bit. And then lastly, we go ahead and buy the Rage and Deathbringer combo. Like I mentioned before, I don't really like Malice. It's super expensive, and there's no attack speed to it. To say that, you know, Mercury doesn't need all that much attack speed with this too, that this is true. But I don't know, it's just for the price and the passive. I personally don't like the passive. It's not that great. So, and then finally, Deathbringer for obvious reasons. It brings death. So, with that being said, our power is pretty nice at 236. We have a straight 2.0 attack speed with, you know, of course, our 2, it hits cap at 2.5, and we have basic scaling for the rest. So, fairly nice build so far. We went ahead and got our full passive filled up there, so our next basic attack will hit a little bit more. As you can see here, we have penetration 26 out of 50. That's fairly good. If you feel like you need more for more tanky, go ahead and buy Titan's Bane for that extra 33% physical penetration. That will quickly burn down the tanks. The lifesteal may look low, but keep in mind we build stacked with our Bloodforge, giving us I think additional 10% lifesteal. But all in all, we have a lot of attack speed, so that means more lifesteal for us per second, or however fast you may attack. So, and that crit's really good. It's at 50 without the Rage passive. So let's go ahead and try some damage. Fairly nice, you know, a few thousands, 800. And of course, keep in mind this is against you know, mobs, minions, whatever you want to call them. It's not against real players, so it may vary. It may be a little bit less. It may be like 600-700s or whatnot. There we go. So that's with red buff. Of course, we had 3. Well, gotta keep in mind our Bloodforge stacks goes up and down. So it's at 284 without the Bloodforge stack. So let's see if we can get a stack of 5. Probably not. As a stack of 4, 308. So we could probably get an additional 10 or so, or 5. Sorry, 5. Let's go ahead and use Physical Might Potion. 308.
Gotta go fast.
Those are some pretty nice numbers. So 332 with 4 stacks. Let's go ahead and beat up poor Raw here. Oh yeah, so watch sprints after Elixir. We got Elixir, 367. Go ahead, sprint, 400. Use our 2. And we beat them before the light blinded us. So those are some really good numbers. So, what I was talking about with your with his 3. Oh, okay. He went CC me when his ulti. That's always pleasant. Godlike. I kind of like what they added. It's I guess like Quake. I think the game is. So pop them up, and we have a few seconds to burst them down there. So. This pretty much wraps it up for that, and hope this helps you guys out with building Mercury in celebration of his golden skin that came out last Wednesday. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.